Hey Sag, welcome back to the Guiding Chariot and welcome back to your April reading, or welcome to your April reading, not back to it, silly. First, let me say thank you for being so patient with me. I wanted to get these out for the beginning of Aries season. I had this gnarly cold and it just zapped. It just zapped my energy. I just couldn't be asked. And then you'll notice I'm not at home, so I'm away, I'm cat sitting. So next week's videos will probably be filmed here also. So hope you like the new digs, like the new surroundings. You might see Star walk by. I'm kitty sitting also. But anyway, let's get into your reading. I just wanted to say thank you for being patient. I know it's been a while. House rules still apply, my lovely Sages. So this will be a general reading for all Sag, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. My only ask is that you take the messages as they resonate. If a card or message comes through, doesn't fit your situation, doesn't match up with your reality, just means it wasn't for you. Leave it on the table and take the rest. Sages, I hope everything is all right for you right now. I literally just looked up. My friend's house, she has all these wall hangings on the wall, and I just looked up and I saw one that says toxic substance. And it just kind of hit me. So I hope that's not you. I don't know, maybe one of you was looking at a hazmat symbol and that's just a little message for you. I don't know. That was weird. That was really weird. I see you wanting to jump. Just come out. Nope. Okay. That might be the last. Nope. You get an extra one. Everyone's been getting like 3 to 4. You get 5. And here's your bonus one. Listen. So the need to be aware. Keep those ears open. I also feel like this may just be a little bonus message to really be, I don't want to say audibly aware. That's not exactly what I mean. But you might heal and process things through music, through sound. So it may just be a heads up, like, just to kind of, one, yes, listen to what's going on around you, you know, be perceptive, be aware, but also it may just be connecting with music. That might help guide you a little bit this month. I think that stands out to me a little bit more than just like, be attentive, right? But I think sounds are gonna hold a lot of significance to you. You might even, you know, if you're clairaudient, you might be hearing messages or things like that for some of you. Could be a thing. Maybe you're going to get a phone call, have a really good conversation with someone. Who knows? That's just Sagittarius. This reading, I feel like it's going to be all over the place. We just keep bouncing around things. So let's start talking about these cards. So first one out, you have My Dear Friend. Now, this card has a couple meanings. The ones that come through the most for me really have to do with friendship and like a lifelong connection to someone, because this card does carry some duality. It can talk about how do I want to describe it? Well, actually, you know what? I'm not getting that off this card, so we're not even going to bother with that. But it does feel like a lifelong commitment, being dependable, being very solid. Whether you're solid together or you kind of serve as a solid support for someone. Hi, Star. Hey, baby. Hey, you want to sit in my lap? Okay, you're fine. You silly girl. But something to be aware of. So there may be a relationship. I feel like this doesn't feel new. This feels like this particular person is someone that's been in your life, has been in your life, maybe wants to... I don't feel like it's someone necessarily who wants to return, right? Like, I don't know if they're necessarily like trying to call you up and trying to blow up your phone. Maybe you want to reach out to them, or maybe they've just been popping up in your thoughts, maybe. I don't necessarily feel like this is someone who, or they're just in your life, right? They never left. So I don't get that this is someone returning. They're just either just there, they're still close, or you've been thinking about them a lot. They're coming through I know, they're coming through quite strong. What? I don't know. We'll get into the tarot and see that. Then, star. This thing. Come here. Here, go on the sofa. Or you can go down there. Either way. Then you have this like a bird card. Oops, sorry, getting used to angles. So this card is actually kind of great because it has to do with motivation, looking forward, looking ahead, so to speak. This may or may not relate to this particular person. Honestly, I feel like it has more to do with you than this, you know, whoever we were just talking about. They feel kind of separate, but maybe not. Part of me wonders if this focus and this dedication you have here with this like a bird card, this is you looking towards goals or achievements or things you want to accomplish while this person is literally behind you, but, you know, is in the background, you know, mentally just kind of nagging and poking at you, right? You just have that inkling. Maybe I'm supposed to talk to this person. Maybe I'm supposed to reach out. Or again, maybe this person's reaching out. I don't necessarily feel that, though. I think this is more just as an internal thing. You're getting that little intuitive cue. Hey, maybe you should call this person. Maybe you should check in with this person. Again, you have that listen card. So here you are not listening. We'll just point that out real quick. You know, just something to think about. Again, see, you're reading. I feel like I'm jumping all over the place. And then we have this touch the sky card. So this card, I almost want to say, is incomplete. Not complete, but it is kind of isolated from, or opposite from, not isolated, opposite from my dear friend. Here we have a card of being dependable and having solidarity in this relationship, you know, in this friendship. Touch the Sky is much more of a solitary card. You know, you are kind of isolating. You are kind of out of reach. You know, it's like touch the sky, like you're reaching up and away, right? So you're up in the clouds where no one can get you. So that this focus might be what's doing that. This focus may be so intense for you that you've kind of let everything else go, right? So there may be other things going on that I don't necessarily want to say you're oblivious to, but I do feel like you're missing some things or you're unaware of certain things. And doesn't necessarily have to be by choice, because with the Touch the Sky card, this can also speak to sanctuary and you trying to find not necessarily a safe place, but a place where you can just kind of be and enjoy and be happy there and be fulfilled in a way, somewhere you can kind of just get lost in. So again, you might be lost in your thoughts a little bit, which kind of is that, you know, I don't mean to avoid you, but I'm so busy looking in this direction, I'm not seeing what's happening behind me, right? So it's not necessarily a bad thing, but I almost want to tell you to like take the horse blinders off. Like you don't have to have this crazy focused tunnel vision all the time. Like just because you lift your head up or, you know, turn for a little bit, not everything's going to crumble and fall apart just because you like shift gears for a moment. It's a weird kind of vibe going on. And then we have this love the journey card. Then we have this oh, you're funny. Then you have the journey card. And this is really one that I always think of that has a little curiosity, like be willing to explore, be willing to try, you know. It makes me always think of the phrase, you know, it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. So I almost want to say that right now for April, it's so tempting and so easy to like really have eyes on the prize and be looking at the finish line and this is where we're going, this is what I want to do, this is what I want it to look like. And we're like missing the steps along the way, right? We're so focused on the end goal, you know, we're not seeing all the things we're walking through and walking past, right? So again, that listen card kind of coming through. Be aware, there's things going on. Stop and listen to the bird songs. What an interesting vibe. I even feel like my attention in this reading is like trying to go to other things. Oh, like that toxic substance I looked at earlier. I'd already forgotten about that. All right, Sagittarius. Ooh, okay. Not very chatty. So 3 of Pentacles, love this. 3 of Pentacles is a great card for collaboration, working together, teamwork. Maybe talking about this dear friend that showed up in the very beginning, right? Maybe there's some support for you along this journey, right? It doesn't have to be solo for some of you. Can also just speak to elements coming together, right? Might be so focused. That's so weird why the cards are doing that this reading. Might be so focused on the end goal we don't realize that there's things evolving along the path, right? There's more opportunities maybe than we initially perceive. Yeah, you want this card. 7 of Swords in reverse. Truth coming out. Some of you may fear, misdirection or manipulation in a situation. There's none to be seen. And if there is, the truth is going to come to light. So I wouldn't worry about any shady dealings. Everything is being done in front of you, under the spotlight. Nothing's being done in shadows. For some of you, I wonder if that's why we're seeking sanctuary. Maybe we've felt like too many people, too many people have been like that with us, or too many people have, maybe we saw behavior we didn't like, or, you just get that vibe, you get that feel. Oh, we got 3, okay. Oh, yes, we're going to put those together. So you have the Page and the King of Pentacles. So I will say, a lot of times when I see this card, I always see it as growth, right? Okay, we're going to come back to you. I see it as growth. Like we walked into a situation as the Page and we grew and evolved to the King, which is great. So whether this is work and business, we kind of talked about that entrepreneur. I have my eye on the end goal, what the business is going to look like, how much money I'm going to make, all that kind of stuff. So that's very King of Pentacles energy. So for some of you, it can speak to growth and mastering of your skills or getting to the top of your game. For some of you, I feel like this is the pair. I feel like this is the friendship. So maybe you, honestly, and I know this flatters you a bit, but you should own it and take it and rejoice in it. If this is the partnership I'm looking at, I feel like you are the king, Sag. I feel like you are the one that's more experienced, wiser, maybe a little more abundant, got some things under control. We've set a little bit of a foundation, or a bit of foundation. And there's someone coming in that, maybe still learning, maybe still a little naive, possibly younger, doesn't have to be, but could be. Could be an earth sign, but doesn't have to be. But it does feel like there's honestly, I feel like these are 2 different people. So some of you, maybe it's progression, but I feel like this is really talking to this other person coming in. Like I said, could be this dear friend that we talked about earlier. Whether they are coming in for just friendship and just a connection could be happening. Whether they're coming in, they're both showing up as Pentacles, so maybe this is a business thing. Who knows? But there's definitely someone there kind of beside you, so be aware. And then you have this 6 of Wands. Beautiful. Success, recognition, victory, being in the spotlight for sure, so being seen. So whether this is you or the pair of you, finding a lot of success together, definitely love that. 6 of Wands is also about being in the public eye, right? With that, no, that's me being clumsy. With that notion of being seen, right? Being recognized. So it could also be doing something that's in front of the public eye, right? Public speaking, something on the internet. I almost wonder for some of you, maybe this is the surprise, right? Maybe we've done things a certain way the whole time. Or maybe as we progress something along, maybe an opportunity comes up that has to do with some type of media or even social media that maybe we never thought of before, we're never open to, never really thought of. Oh, look at that. Ooh, I kind of still want that card. I don't know what it is, but we're taking it. Look what, like, literally, when we first did the Oracle, your friend and you with the focus, look what card fell on top of them. Two of Cups. Soul family coming through. I love it. Right before that, we got the Nine of Wands. All right. And then last card out, Temperance. Okay. We're going to pause there for a minute. And look at the bottom of the deck, Six of Swords. Moving on, moving forward. Some of you, maybe it involves travel, right? Maybe you're going to go see this person or they're going to come see you. Who knows? Nine of Wands and the Two of Cups. This is that same energy I talked about up here. You kind of holding your ground, being stubborn. I'ma look that way. Look, they're even looking in the same way. Look at you. Just can't be bothered to turn your head. I'm literally just making fun of you. But, you know, cards don't lie. Can't make it out. So literally, you kind of like, no, I got things to do. I kind of just don't want to deal with that right now. Do it later. Can I just focus on what I want to focus on and yada, 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 yada. I mean, you can do that, Sag. You have free will. You can do whatever you want. But with this Two of Cups, it's not going away. You can ignore it all you want. It's still going to be there, naggy, 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 pokey, pokey, pokey. It's going to be that thing. It's going to be that thorn in your side that's just like, remember me? Remember me? Are you going to do that thing today or are you going to put it off? Because I'll just stay here till tomorrow and you can try again. You know, like, there's definitely a very significant relationship that's... And again, I don't feel like this is new. I fully think this is someone from your past or someone you know or someone you've been thinking of recently that's just popping up into your mind, or someone is going to talk about this person in conversation. You're like, oh, I haven't talked to them in a minute, or I haven't checked in on this person. Maybe I should reach out, right? Considering this is the Nine of Wands, some of you may have... I don't want to say wounds, but you know, some of you may have some scars from dealing with this person in the past. Maybe there's a reason why there's some space, or maybe there's a reason why we stopped talking, or there's distance, or whatever. Doesn't mean you have to necessarily fight, but maybe you're just sad they moved away, right? Like, it doesn't have to be anything dramatic. So don't immediately think, I'm like, oh no, I don't have anyone abusive in my past. It's not that type of thing. Not the type of thing. Because if that was the case, we definitely don't need to go back to that, right? So, if that's what you're thinking of, let that go. No, we don't go back to those. We don't go back to those. We'll just leave it at that. But yes, it is a soul connection. It is genuine. And I will say, I do think this is fated. I think destiny is trying to bring you back together for whatever reason. Doesn't necessarily have to be romantic if you don't want it to be. But I definitely think this is kind of being fated and brought back together, because you have here Temperance, which is all about divine timing, right? And it's about things being mixed and the alchemy of the moment. So again, for some of you, I feel like this is a fated soulmate. And when I say soulmate, you know, this could just be someone that's part of your soul family, right? So someone that you've had, you know, previous incarnations with. You know, it's those people, like, you, even if when you met them for the first time, they're like, oh, I've known you forever. You know, you guys just clicked. You know, you guys were just in sync. I do feel like that person, whether they take the first step or you take the first step, I feel like someone needs to re-enter your life for some reason, whatever it is. Let's see if we can get a card to see what that's about. Oh, perfect timing. Thank you, Temperance. Look at that, bottom of the deck, Ten of Cups. You can't. What is this? Yes, Ten of Wands. It's time to lay down the burden, right? Here we have the Nine, right? So whatever this, you know, fiery, stubborn thing that's going on inside of you, my lovely Sag, my little strong Sagittarius, it's time to close this out, right? 9, we're like at the fulfillment of it, but it's not done. Once we get to the 10, it's done. It's over with. And, this may not even have to do with the person. There might not be any tension between the two of you, but somehow they offer closure to this situation, right? Somehow they get you from the 9 to the 10. So it could just be the history you share. You're able to talk about something. They offer clarity to something. So don't necessarily think, if you don't want to go back to this person or you're not trying to start a relationship with this person, it's not necessarily what it's about. I mean, two of the 10 of Cups in there. So, there's happily ever after connected to this. And you do have the 2 of Cups. So, I'm just saying, totally could be if you want it. But again, you have free will. Make your own choices. But it does feel like reuniting the two of you brings some closure and finally brings the end to something that you have been going through, something that you probably have been holding on to for too long, right? That can totally be a thing. And I want to say just kind of allows release for you. And release in the sense where you're not necessarily letting anything go and all that kind of dramatic stuff. I feel like I keep talking in a dramatic way, but this really isn't a dramatic reading. But you kind of just lighten yourself up. You just kind of feel free. You just kind of get to drop all this extra weight. You don't need to hold on to it anymore. You kind of just can be done with it and be like, oh, it's over, and just let it all go. Very nice. I like it. All right, Sag. Remember to listen to those signs and synchronicities. Remember to listen. Biggest thing for you. With that said, I'm going to end your reading there. As always, I love, 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 and appreciate you guys. Please continue to take care of yourselves out there. As always, if you like this reading, please make sure to hit the like button, leave a comment down below, let me know how it resonated for you. If you're new, welcome. Please hit subscribe and click the notification bell so you'll be notified when your new readings pop up next week. They probably will be pick-a-card readings, so we'll see. Hopefully I'll get them out a little sooner than Friday. Just depends if I can get Wi-Fi. But yeah, with that said,